Okay, so on to the second section of this particular tutorial is we now need to build the application so that we can now host it on a subdomain or on a domain where anyone can access, as opposed to the free domains that are available. So I'll show you now. We need now to build. Ideally, I've just removed a file that I did build. There is a file that pops up here just before the node module. So what you need to do, you need to just come here. So ideally, once you npm run dev, this is what you will see on your website, so that every time someone interacts with something, then there is that activity here. So you need to just add a new PowerShell, and then here now is where you need to run npm build. So in this case, you're going to build this entire application, condense it into a production file that can be hosted, as opposed to hosting all these files, something that is lightweight and can run fast. So npm run build. So it's npm run build. So then to now create the files, and once it has created the files, then there's be a new folder here that we can now host, that will appear here. We're going to see it in a moment, and starts building for production. So in this case, condenses all the node modules and everything, now makes it as a condensed project. So you see there is dist. So in this is where everything is housed. So still building, and once it's complete, it will just tell us. So it's now complete, and you can see the dist folder. This is what you are going to host, and the index.html, the logo, that's the Stampede logo, and all the rest are here. Index.html. So this is the condensed index.html that appears on the browser, but that's ideally a condensed of the entire project. So what we need to do is, now we need to host this particular this is now what we host on the server. So anyone cannot archive your application. They are not able to, even if they are able to get to your server, what only they can find is this distribution folder, which is a build of the entire application, which they cannot gather as any much information as if we were to host this entire application, or the old or the conventional is. So you need to go to your domain. So in this case, I'll just go to mine. So I'll just go to mine. So I'll just log in. I'll just log in again. Okay. So once I'm logging, I'll just go to the cPanel and just go to my subdomains, and I think I'd created one for Stampede. So in case you don't have it, you can just create a new one. So here is the one for Stampede. So you just go to the root directory, to the folder, and then we now need to look where our folder, you need to go to our project Stampede, and then with this is what we need to upload this folder. So here we are in the root directory of this particular domain, the Stampede one. Stampede.this is the domain, this is a subdomain within my personal portfolio domain. Now we need to upload it. So you need to select. So in this case, you just go to where we have our project, and we have within the projects we have the build folder or the distribution folder. So we need to zip this one so that we can upload it as a zip and then extract it. So what you normally do, you just come here, select everything, or you can just come here, right click, and then compress. So you will want to, you add to archive, so you use zip. For most of them they normally refuse. So you have the dist and then select it and then open. So it's going to be uploaded, and once uploaded will be marked as complete. Then you need to go back to the file manager, and then you need just to refresh within your domain, and all you need is to extract this one, the zip that we've just uploaded, to this particular domain. So it will extract everything, and we can do away with this now. We don't really need it. Then within the dist we need to move these files. You just need to select all and just move them one section. You move them within the root directory of the subdomain and just move the files. So if we come and we go to this website, we should have the live site there. It should be able to run, and it's there, it's then active, so it's already, and if you log in with already existing credentials, it should be able to log in and you should be able to create accounts. So that's basically how you set up, and in that case we have the site running. And for these adjustments that you had mentioned, they are already underway and they are being worked on, so that you can move swiftly to the next section. And all that you need to be updating is, once I set the code, that's, you'll just be running build, and that folder is what will need to be pushed to the file manager or to the subdomain where you're hosting your website. Depending on the domain source that you're getting from, be it GoDaddy or whatever you're getting from, might have a different approach, but I'll advise look on YouTube or just read through their documentation on how to update a site or how to go about it. So that's it, and in case of anything, you can always reach out to me.